Hello, Blades fans, and welcome to another match reaction. If you've been watching me on the watch along, you'll see that I am back in my rightful place in my room slash studio. We'll call it a studio. Clearly a room. Um, Quick shout out to Indigo Bar, which used to be the Devonshire Cat. They have sponsored the channel. So a big shout out to them. I'm not going to give them too many shout outs on match reactions because I like to get straight to it. But as we've just brought them on board as a sponsor, Indigo and Parrot Peel both big supporters of the channel. So thank you very much. Every day, every game before before any home match, we will be in there having a few beveraginis. So we will see you in there. This wasn't a great game to watch. I'll be honest. If anybody that's not a Sheffield United or Rotherham fan watched that today, I feel so sorry for you because even I didn't enjoy it. And I am a Sheffield United fan. Another game in this shirt, this black and gold shirt, where we've not really played very well. Like, I think the only two that we could come up with on the watch along where we've worn it is the Bristol City game where Iliman and Dye scored the only goal of the game. We didn't play that well then. We played Stoke City away from home when Ryan Brewster scored. We got hammered 3-1. This shirt is not lucky for us. We need to stop wearing it. We really do. But yeah, we started the game on the back foot for probably 10-15 minutes. I said on the watch along, I'm going to stop mentioning the watch along, but I said on the watch along, I don't even know what colour the goalkeeper's wearing for Rotherham because I've not seen it because we've got nowhere near there. And I've been watching it on the red button today. I've not been to the game, unfortunately. But yeah, you get one camera angle and it's normally like there. And then if the ball goes that way, it goes there and there, nothing else. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see a lot of the replay. So a lot of it is just going to be coming straight off the dome. I haven't seen any highlights of it or anything. So from the first 10-15 minutes, they were all over us. They had a couple of chances where they got in just behind one, where he got in, their striker got in behind Jackie Longthrow, and West came out, smothered it, did really well. Later on in the half, they had the best chance of the game, in my opinion. Before then, we came back into it, and Ollie McBurney and Iliman and Dye were linking up really well in there without creating massive amounts. It was a bit of a boring game to watch. Didn't really, like I said, create much, especially in that final third. I don't think Sander had his best game. He was definitely better than he has been, in my opinion. But I don't think he had his best game. I was tipping him today. I didn't say anything about it. I was gonna be quiet about it and tip him to have a really good game with him staying. Everyone's buzzing about him staying. I thought today he would come out and show us exactly why he deserved that move, because actually this season he probably didn't deserve a move to the Premier League. There's a few other players that probably deserve that move more than him, but he didn't get it. He's back here, and I thought he was going to show us today. This is why I should be playing Premier League football next season. But it was okay. He did a couple of okay things, also did a couple of not quite okay things. But I'm trying to think in that first half, what were our big chances? Struggling. Sander had one shot that was a bit of a grass cutter that had a bit of pace behind it that the goalkeeper saved down to his right hand side. Very good save. I will give him a big shout out. The goalkeeper for Rotherham United today was fantastic. I've never seen him before, to be perfectly honest, but I thought he had a really good game while I'm frantically trying to find this game and trying to find out what his name is, because he deserves a shout out because he was really good. Um, Johansson, Victor Johansson. The camera didn't get close enough, and I didn't have the commentary on whether there was commentary or not to know what his name was or whatever. But deserves a big shout out because he held everything. If there was a cross into the box within the 6-yard box or maybe slightly just out, he was out punching it. Get rid. But there was one kind of cross / shot from Ollie Norwood where it was a bit of an overhit shot. It reminded me of the Aston Villa ghost goal, if you like. The ball was up here. up here, and he was like catching it from kind of behind his head. So he obviously misjudged it slightly, and he's like caught it first time straight away. Fantastic, great goalkeeper. So big shout out to Victor Yo. Sorry, I thought I'd get all the way through without coughing because I've had a cold for what seems to be like 2 weeks. But yeah, Victor Johansson, big shout out for that. Very good goalkeeping today. But to be honest, we created a few chances that we should have scored from, mostly in the second half. But before we get into the second half, probably the biggest chance of the game, and especially the biggest chance of the first half, fell to the Rotherham striker. The ball literally sat in the airframe, just a head goalwards. And I think it was Jack Robinson that lost his man. West Foderingham, luckily, there on hand to push the ball away from goal. Probably should have scored. Probably should have been 1-0 down at this point, and we should have been looking to try and get back into the game, but we weren't. We go into the second half. I thought Ben Osborne should have come off at half time. I was actually a little bit gutted that he was played in the first place. I was going to say I'm a big fan of Ben Osborne. I'm not. I like Ben Osborne as a guy, as a player. He does what he does well. He gets stuck in. He breaks up play. He holds on to the ball well. He doesn't give the ball up that easily because he's just a very intelligent footballer. But his ceiling is here. Like, we've got players that ceilings are up here. Like, he's not strong enough. He's not quick enough. Um, he's quite good in the final third, to be honest, getting good balls into the box, and when he's had chances in good areas in the past, he's put the ball in the back of the net. So that's fair point to him, but he shouldn't be in this team. He shouldn't be second. He shouldn't be a starter for a second place team in the championship. Now, I know that he has to start because I'm assuming that Tommy Doyle was injured today because he wasn't even on the bench. McAtee not fit enough to start, but he was really good when he came on. We just didn't get him in the game early enough or enough at all. So yeah, I think he should have come on way before it. I think it was past the 70th minute when he came on himself. Billy came on late as well, but I thought that Ollie should have stayed on. I think it could have been one of them games where you just stick two strikers up front and just get the ball forward and hope for the best. Ollie holding it up, Billy getting onto little bits and bobs. I actually didn't think Billy Sharp should have come on the pitch at all, to be honest, or not that early anyway, because Ollie McBurney, I thought he was good. I thought he was really good. However, I thought Billy probably had our best chance of the game in that second half when he came on. Ball got played through to him, and he managed to get a shot away, but it was just about blocked. There was another really good chance where the ball got played into the box. I think it was Max Lowe, and Sanders stood in the middle of the box. It's coming in at pace, but he's got to get more on that. Well, no, I say he's got to get more on it. He's got to have a shot. He's got to have a shot, but he kind of tries to take a touch. I don't know whether he was unsighted when the ball came in and then it just kind of landed to him, but he tries to take a touch, takes a bad touch, and they get the ball away. But that needed to be a first-time strike, whether it flies over the bar, flies wide, hits the goalkeeper, hits the defender. That needs to be a shot. That can't be anything other than a shot. There was one for Jaden Bogle where the ball got played. Sorry about that. And he swiveled on it. Great swivel, but then smashes it high and wide over the bar. Really poor from Jaden. So we don't want to see that. We want him to get as forward as possible, which he was. That's the one thing from that first half that I took away, that they were sitting in a bit and then breaking on us. But I wanted Jaden to be as high up as possible. And in that second half, he got loads and loads of really good chances, which was great to see. But he just wasn't putting the ball in the back of the net. There was one right at the end, last knockings, literally last knockings. He's on that right hand side. He gets through. He nearly gets clipped and goes down, but he doesn't. We want to see that. We don't want to see players go down. And I don't think he'd have given it anyway. With 30 seconds to go, he's clearly going to be looking for it. And the referee probably wouldn't have given it. But he gets down that right hand side. All he needs to do, put the ball into the box. Slow and steady does it. Don't need to hammer it across because I don't think there was anyone in there. but just put the ball into the danger area, away from the goalkeeper, in that corridor of uncertainty, and someone might be there. I think Billy Sharp was screaming for it at the end. I don't know whether he would have got there, but put the ball into that area where the defender's either got to make a decision or we've got someone in there. But neither happens. He smashes it against the side netting, nowhere near the post, actually. And that was all she wrote. I'm trying to think of other chances. Let us know in the comments other chances that I can talk about, because kind of tried to forget about that game, to be honest, because it was terrible. And as Mohammed says, 2 points dropped. It really was. I think at some points you were thinking Rotherham are the better side here, and they probably were over the first half. But the second half, they just sat back and tried to catch us on the break, could barely get out of their own half at times. But we just weren't good enough to unlock the door. I think at one point, McAtee picks that ball up deep, runs and runs and runs, and then cuts inside onto his left, but gets brought down. I think he's going through like three men. He's gone through three men, and someone brings him down, chops him down. That could have been a really good chance, and we possibly could have scored from there. But yeah, he obviously got brought down. If I was a Rotherham fan, I'd be applauding him bringing him down there, because he looked like he was going to go on and do something creative, something special, you might say. Why didn't he start McAtee, and what's wrong with Doyle? I'm not sure, to be honest. I probably have more idea if I weren't doing the watch along. We always put it on mute, and I haven't even had a chance to have a look at my phone on Twitter or anything, so I don't know as of right now, John. Apologies for that. Worst game of football I've seen in a long time. Osborne was terrible. Yes, he wasn't great, but I could see that from the start. I could see coughing again. I'm sorry, guys. I could see that Osborne was going to get he wasn't going to create anything or do anything for us. I don't feel like we need two defensive midfielders, and I know Osborne got forward a few times. Sander, again, way too deep for me. Always too deep. I don't want to see that at all. Bogle had a chance in the first half. I can't really remember that right now, to be honest, but no, no, I don't. I remember Bogle going through on the right and putting a lovely ball into the box, and it getting deflected and nearly foot going over the goalkeeper, which was something. But that is a chance that we wouldn't be talking about right now if there were any goals in this game. So really, it was nothing. Really, was it? Created nothing today. Scrappy game, to be honest. We haven't really played well for 5 or 6 games. I think we haven't played well for more. I don't think we've actually played really well. I thought we played well against Millwall in the cup, but I don't think we played really well since Burnley. I really don't think, and that's bad saying that. Poorest play today was SUTV streaming service. Lost the second half. All right, I didn't realise that. I was watching it on the red button, so I wouldn't have known. So that is really poor. Thank God I was playing a match myself. I hope you won, Jerry. Let us know in the comments if you would. I think Heckingbottom was missed a trick by letting Kadra go. I agree. I do agree. And I know we're going to say these things when we don't play as well as what we should do. But that game was crying out for someone to stretch it. But we've not used, we never used Kadra in that way to stretch games. We should have done. And we just didn't. And I've just realised that I've closed the tab that I really wanted to talk about on Flash Score. Because I wanted to go into some of the stats, because I thought that we were really, really good in that second half, as in stopping them from playing, building from the back, and getting the ball into the right areas. It just wasn't, we just didn't do anything with it, because we really dominated them in that second half. And I thought that a goal was coming. I will be honest. Looking at the stats, 62% ball possession, which I do think in the first half will have been a lot less. Do you know what? It wasn't. In the first half, we had 61% possession. Second half, 63% possession. I don't remember us having that much of the ball in the first half, especially as I thought Rotherham were better. So goal attempts over the piece, 12 to their 6. They had more shots on target, which tells you everything about the Sheffield United attacking performance today. 6 shots off target, a few more block shots, a few more corners that we had. It should have been our game to lose this game. Or sorry, our game. We should have won this game. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh God. Ole is good. Do you know what? I don't know which Ole you're talking about, but I thought both of them played well today. Ollie Norwood always starts everything off really, really well. And I don't really think Ollie Norwood has many bad games, especially not in the championship. Um, Great positioning from Bogle today, but feet were off all day. You're right. He got forward really, really well. Was getting in behind the defense as well, which you don't see from many defenders, do you? I know he's more of an attacking wing back, but you don't see defenders getting in behind defenses like that. He needed either a bit of composure or a bit better final ball or shots. Can't have Osborne and Robinson in at the same time. You might be right. You might be right. And right at the end, Robinson nearly lost the ball because there were two players bearing down on him and managed to flick it round him. But I did not know he had that in the locker. I really didn't. Andy's saying that Doyle had a calf injury, so hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. Doyle's had his own injury problems this season, which is not good to see. I think if we'd have had Doyle all season, he would have started every game. But unfortunately, his season has been blighted with injuries. He had an injury right at the start, so he didn't start the season off, and then he's had an injury midway through, and now another one. So hopefully, it's this is not going to be kind of months out. Heckingbottom doesn't know his best 11. I think you're probably right. I don't think that was his best 11 today, but I think if McAtee plays or Doyle plays instead of Osborne, I don't think it's far away. I really don't. Kieran Clark at left centre back, possibly, or Norrington Davis, but I don't think we're far away today. And yeah, really, we should have been beating Rotherham. We really should have done. Rotherham were much better at Bramall Lane than they were today. Soon as Robbo on the ball, you just know the team is going to lose possession. Yeah, possibly. We need a plan B. Games. We need a plan B for games though, because they were very well organised. They were, and we needed Sander further up the pitch. And as soon as McAtee came on, he was further up the pitch. Sander was really deep. You need them all forward. You need them all forward, especially when we're flying forward as we are. We've got three centre backs that are pretty solid. If you've got Norwood sat there in front, you can afford to have Sander going forward. You can afford to have McAtee going forward. You can afford to have one of either Bogle or Lowe going forward as well, because you've got your three centre backs, then you've got one left or right wing back, and then you've got Norwood as well. So get Sander forward. Why is he stood next to Jack Robinson? Why? I expected the win today, but they lacked conviction. I'll take the point though. Do you know what? I didn't expect the win. I thought Rotherham were going to be a lot better than what they were today. I was a little bit disappointed in Rotherham, but I'm glad that they weren't as good as they were at Bramall Lane. Conventional, but Ndai has gone off the boil a little bit. He probably has, but at the same time, and Eliminated Die playing his worst game of the season is probably better than most of the players that we've got. It really is. Give Bogle a chance up front. Oh, I think on that point, John, we've got to leave it. We've got to leave it out. We can't have people saying Bogle should be played up front, especially with some of the shooting that he was doing today. Yeah, I thought we it were ours to win today, weren't it? It really was, and that's 2 points dropped. It's not 1 point gained; it's 2 points dropped. And as I said on the watch along, I really do feel like we should have gone for this game today. We should have gone for the jugular. It was Rotherham; they were there for the taking. We didn't take it, did we? So yeah, really poor. Hopefully, we'll do better in midweek against Wrexham. It's a big game. We need to win that to kind of bounce back, in my opinion. I know it's in the cup and not in the league, but we need a little bit of confidence. And at the moment, confidence doesn't seem to be something that we are blessed with. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you like the video before you go as well. That really helps. And we'll see you for another one.